So good morning everybody, and you're very welcome to Dublin City University and to its webinar information week for taught postgraduate programs. My name is Alan Kearns and I am the academic coordinator for two programs here, the MA in Ethics and the MA in Ethics Corporate Responsibility. And it's a great pleasure to be with you this morning. So just before I talk about the two programs, I'd just like to give you a little bit about the background to Dublin City University, DCU. DCU has three campuses: DCU Glasnevin campus, DCU St. Patrick's campus, which is just off Drumcondra, and DCU All Hallows campus. And DCU All Hallows campus is the campus in which the MA in Ethics and the MA in Ethics Corporate Responsibility takes place. And as you can imagine, a university like DCU, a big organization, what brings us all together really is our mission, which is to transform lives and societies. And we do this in three ways: through the medium of education, teaching and learning, our various courses and academic programs, both at undergraduate and postgraduate levels, and through education, through research, cutting edge research, and through engagement with society. And our president, Professor Dara Keogh, he speaks about the work in DCU being relational, not just transactional. And I think that really sums up our core values, which are student focus, open, inclusive, collegial, collaborative, and ambitious. And I'm very lucky to be part of a teaching team here in DCU where students are certainly very much front and center. Now, to turn our attention to the MA in Ethics and to the MA in Ethics Corporate Responsibility. So the MA in Ethics is a general taught postgraduate program in ethics, which looks at general and what we call applied or practical ethics, whereas the MA in Ethics Corporate Responsibility, COR, that's more focused on ethics in business and organizations. And both programs take place over 2 academic years, so they are part-time. And lectures for both programs take place on Tuesday evenings from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. And that never changes. So it's always on a Tuesday evening. And that's very helpful in terms of planning your time around this program. In addition to the Tuesday evenings, we have 2 Saturdays in the first year of your programs. So the first Saturday normally takes place in September, and that looks at academic writing at postgraduate level, whereas the second Saturday, which normally takes place in March, looks at the writing of a thesis. So for both programs, you need to complete 6 taught modules. So you need to do 6 taught modules for the MA in Ethics, and 6 taught modules then for the MA in Ethics Corporate Responsibility. And in addition to that, a minor thesis, which I'll come back to in a few minutes. So to turn our attention to the modules on both programs, if you look at the left-hand side of your screen, you will see the modules that are listed for the MA in Ethics. And if you look at the right-hand side of your screen, you will look at the modules listed for the MA in Ethics COR Corporate Responsibility. So as you can see, some modules are shared between both programs and some modules are distinct and separate. So if we turn our attention first to the left-hand side of the screen, the MA in Ethics, the modules are Introduction to Ethics. So this is a general introduction to the study of ethics, ethical theories, and the skill of ethical decision-making. Readings in Ethics, that module looks at classic texts that have come to really shape how we think about ethics today, how we do ethics, and indeed how we make arguments in ethics. Human rights and social justice, that module looks at that important topic of rights, which you could argue really helps to advocate for ethical issues today. So the language of rights, the importance of rights are really very much to the center today. New ethical challenges, climate, AI, and technology. That module looks at current, ever-changing issues, ethical issues in society. So only a few years back, we were looking at pandemic ethics. So ethical issues can change, and of course today it could be argued that there's a real focus on AI, artificial intelligence, and generative AI. The module on global bioethics looks at biomedicine and developments in biomedical research and its application in healthcare contexts. And finally, the module on ethics in the world religions looks at the belief systems of the major world religions and their ethical systems of thinking. So there are the modules for the MA in Ethics. If you look now at the right-hand side of your screen, the MA in Ethics Corporate Responsibility, as I said, some modules are shared. And then if we look at the separate modules, there's one module on business ethics, which looks at ethical theories, business ethical theories, such as corporate social responsibility, stakeholder theories, and so forth. Finance and corporate governance looks at ethical issues in financial management and questions regarding corporate governance. And then finally, implementing an effective ethics culture really is a module that puts everything together and looks at the, I suppose, how we introduce ethics and programs in ethics in organizations. So there are the taught modules for each program. All the taught modules in the MA in Ethics and in the MA in Ethics Corporate Responsibility are assessed by a major essay. So there's one major paper per module. And in addition to the major paper, some modules might ask for, let's say, what we call a continuous assessment or a CA, which could be a discussion of readings or a presentation and so forth. But all modules are assessed by a major paper. So one major paper per module. So there is no as it were, examination hall at the end of the program in which you have to recall knowledge. So all assessments are what we would call continuous assessment or CA. In addition to the major papers for each module, both programs then require a minor thesis. Now, the reason why we call it a minor thesis is that the award, such as the MA, is not based only on a thesis, but on the various modules and a thesis. And for that reason, the thesis is called minor. But that does not mean, of course, that the subject matter that you're looking at is minor or not important. It is indeed very important. And the focus of the thesis is on an ethical issue. So looking at something today, such as artificial intelligence or corporate responsibility through the lens of ethics. And students normally submit their thesis at the end of the 2 academic years. Okay, now turning our attention to how to apply. So if you look at either the MA in Ethics webpage or the MA in Ethics Corporate Responsibility webpage, you will see a section on how to apply, and that's through the DCU Student Application Portal. And the code for the MA in Ethics is DC688, and the code for the MA in Ethics Corporate Responsibility is DC689. And normally when you're applying, you're asked to provide degree transcripts of your primary degrees or anything else, and proof of identity. And the closing date for EU applicants is the 30th of August 2025. Now, the requirements to apply is a level 8 degree, which is an honours undergraduate degree of a H2-2. If you don't have that and you have substantial professional experience, my advice would be to contact me. For either the MA in Ethics or the MA in Ethics Corporate Responsibility, you don't need to have a philosophy or ethics background to apply. So compared to some other programs, your primary degree, your undergraduate degree, doesn't have to be in ethics to apply for this MA in Ethics or the MA in Ethics Corporate Responsibility. The fees are $4,300 per annum. Now, when you graduate from DCU, you join the DCU alumni, but in addition to this, after graduating from the MA in Ethics and the MA in Ethics Corporate Responsibility, we have our own alumni for the MA in Ethics, which we have been running for quite some time now and has a great network of people, experts in the field of ethics. And we keep in touch throughout the year, and we normally meet as a group once a year. In addition, if you were to complete the MA in Ethics Corporate Responsibility, this is also part of the professional development framework for the Compliance Institute. So I hope that has been helpful for you. That picture there, by the way, is a picture of one of our wonderful libraries here in DCU. It's our wonderful library in All Hallows campus. My name is Alan Kearns, and that's my email address, alan.kearns@dcu.ie. And you're very welcome to either send me a message by chat here or to contact me by email. And if you'd like to have a Zoom meeting with me or to come on campus, you're more than welcome. Okay, so it gives me great pleasure to hand over to you now my esteemed colleague, Dr. Brad Anderson, who's going to talk to you about his wonderful program, the MA in Theology and World Religions. So, Brad, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Alan. Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for coming along today and for joining us. I'm going to tell you a bit about the MA in Theology and World Religions here at Dublin City University. And like Dr. Kearns mentioned earlier, this program as well is based on the DCU All Hallows campus in Drumcondra, which is a lovely, peaceful campus, and it's a great place to visit. And I'd encourage you to come have a look if you haven't had a chance to see it yet. So I want to tell you a bit about the MA in Theology and Religions at World Religions at DCU, and why it might be right for you. My name is Dr. Brad Anderson, and I'm the chair of the program, and I'm happy to answer any questions today, or if you want to get in touch by email or come for a visit, I'd be happy to welcome you to DCU. So to begin with, why might you choose a postgraduate program at DCU? one of the things I think we offer here at DCU is the combination of access to expertise with a real personal experience. So on the one hand, you get the chance to study with experts who are global leaders in their fields, whether it's theology or philosophy or world religions or sacred texts. But alongside that, you get a really personalized experience. Our academics work closely with you in your modules, as well as in your thesis, and in your broader career. We're here to help you think about where you want this program to lead you, but also to help you along as you make your way through the program. So this is a real benefit and strength of DCU. On the one hand, this access to expertise and the chance to study and engage with people who are leaders in their field, but also a very personalized experience that allows you to get a hands-on exploration of these topics alongside these leaders in the field in a really personal way. The MA in Theology and World Religions is a great program, and one of the benefits of this program is that it's a flexible program that can work with your schedule. So the MA in Theology and World Religions can be taken full-time over the course of 1 year or part-time over the course of 2 years. And it's done either 1 or 2 evenings a week, again, depending on your schedule and how quickly you would like to finish, but it's quite a flexible program. And the lectures run from 4 p.m., so late afternoon, through to about 9:30 or 10 o'clock, depending on the evening. So again, this is flexibility built in for those of you who have workday responsibilities who can come join us after that for these sessions. So it is a flexible program, and we do our best to help you in the midst of your busy lives find ways of taking on this important course of study. What kind of students study on this program? Well, we have students come from all backgrounds. So the first thing to say is that we have students from both religious and secular backgrounds. And within that, we have students all across the spectrum of various belief systems. So it really is open to anyone who's interested in the academic study of religion. The program is ideal for those who are working in religious or faith communities, working, for example, on pastoral parish teams who find themselves working in local religious communities. It's also a popular program for teachers and those who are working in the education sector. Many students use it as a stepping stone from undergraduate work towards potential PhD research or even just career development. And this is a popular reason why students take this program. And also, we have many students take this just as an opportunity for personal development. It's a real stimulating environment, particularly for mature students, to explore these really important, interesting issues in a place that allows them to think alongside others who are interested in similar topics. So whatever reasons you might have for coming to this program, we feel it'll be a good fit for you in helping get you to where you see yourself going at the other end of this journey. The course structure for the MATHWR is similar to the MA in Ethics that Dr. Kearns outlined earlier. So you complete 60 credits in course modules. This is 6 modules that are 10 credits each. And then you complete a minor thesis of 15,000 words, and this is for 30 credits. So over the course of either 1 or 2 years, you take these 6 modules, and then in the latter portions, you'll focus on completing this minor thesis, which gives you a chance to get stuck in and dig a bit deeper in an area of interest that perhaps you've been thinking about, or in an area that has really grabbed your attention during the modules that you've taken during the course of this program. What will you study on this program? Well, the MA in Theology in World Religions is what we call the academic study of religion. This is a chance to approach the study of religion in an academic manner, and we take a very broad-ranging view of this. So, for example, you'll have the chance to take modules in comparative theology, comparing the theologies of Christianity with other religious traditions, theological ethics, what are some of the religious impulses and motivations behind ethical issues that we find in the world today, the philosophy of religion. How do religion and philosophy interact, and how have they done so historically? Interreligious dialogue is a strength of our program. And so you'll have the chance to compare, for example, how Christianity and Judaism, as well as Islam and Buddhism, compare to one another in various ways. The program also has strengths in sacred texts, the Jewish scriptures, the Christian scriptures, and the Bible, but also comparing these with other religious traditions and their sacred texts as well. And then we have themes you can explore, like religion and gender, literature and religion, and also the opportunity to take some languages related to the study of religions, including Hebrew, Greek, Arabic, and Latin. Those are optional modules, but they're there for you if you're interested in exploring that aspect of the study of religions. So again, the academic study of religion is this broad-ranging view of approaching how we think about theology and the study of religion in Christianity and beyond into other religious traditions. What kind of work is involved? Well, like the MA in Ethics, there are no formal exams in this program. Your assessment will all be done by essays and other forms of continuous assessment. So most modules will have a major essay, and then you might be asked to, for example, do a short review of a reading, or perhaps do a group presentation or some other short assessment. And then you have the minor thesis, which, as we said, is a chance to really get stuck in and explore a topic in more detail with the guidance of a supervisor who is a member of staff who helps you with this journey. If some of this feels or sounds a bit scary or out of your comfort zone, that's fine. We offer a number of supports for research and writing at postgraduate level, and so we will help you along the way and give you guidance. We want this to be a meaningful learning experience, and we want you to succeed. And so we offer these supports along the way to help you if you should need that. So if some of this does seem like it might be a bit beyond what you're used to, that's fine. We're here to help you with that and to help you as you make your way into academic writing at postgraduate level. What kind of careers have students on this program been involved in? Well, again, we have students who have gone on to do a variety of things. We have a number of students who are teachers of religious education and other subjects who have used this program for continued professional development and to just continue furthering themselves in their own vocation as teachers. Other students have gone on to do PhD research. Some have gone into social work. Others have gone into pastoral work and chaplaincy. We've had some go into nonprofit and developmental work, and others have gone into, for example, journalism. So again, the options are really wide open for you. This is a chance for you to explore some of these key issues and think about how they might relate to your life. So, excuse me, a number of reasons why this MA program might work for you. It's flexible, it fits with your life. It offers this unique approach to the study of the academic study of religions with Christian theology studied alongside other religious traditions. You have access to expertise in fields ranging from theology to philosophy to religious studies to ethics. And we think it'll be of real relevance for you no matter why you're coming to the program, whether it's lifelong learning, the desire for doctoral research, professional and career development, whatever it is that's motivating you, we're convinced that this program will help you along that journey. The application process is done through DCU's student application portal. So if you search for the DCU MA in Theology and World Religions, it'll bring you to the course page, and there you'll find the course code and instructions on how to apply. The course code is DC693. And as you apply, it will ask you for some biographical details, previous education experience, and so on. You have until the 30th of August to apply for this program. We'd love to talk to you before that if you do have questions or if you want to chat to us about the program, but you do have through the summer to get your application in. Requirements for this program are a level 8 university degree with at least a 2.2 award. or related professional experience. So if you don't have that undergraduate degree, but you do have extensive work and life experience in these areas, please do get in touch with me, and I'd be happy to talk to you about opportunities and possibilities that might be available to you for applying to this program. We also have scholarships available for this coming academic year. We have scholarships for both full-time and part-time students. So I'd love to tell you more about that if you want to get in touch with me either in the chat today or by email. So we have these wonderful opportunities for you to help you get into this exciting opportunity of studying at the postgraduate level. So that's a bit about the MA in Theology and World Religions. We're looking forward to meeting you and to answering any questions you might have. Again, my name is Brad Anderson, and my email, if you want to email me and get in touch, is brad.anderson@dcu.ie. So I'm going to stop my presentation there and welcome back my colleague, Dr. Currens, and we're happy to answer any questions you might have about these programs.
Morning, gentlemen. Good morning, everybody. Thank you. Dr. Brad Anderson. Very nice. I'm Martin, by the way, everyone. Martin Kelly. I'm with the Postgraduate Student Recruitment Office. And guys, if you have any questions, I can see there are a few people watching. Please do type into the chat, and Alan and Brad will be glad to answer them. And if you don't have any questions, we'll give it another couple of minutes. And if there's no questions in the chat, then we'll end the session early. But obviously, both have provided contact details there if you have questions afterwards. And if you want to reach out to us, you can find us on the Postgraduate Hub as well. So there's plenty of options there. But if you have any questions there, please, by all means, throw them in the chat. And if we don't see any in the next couple of minutes, we'll just end the session. So we'll just hop off screen for a couple of minutes. And if there's nothing in the next couple of minutes, we'll end the session. But thank you all for your time. And thank you again to our two program chairs for giving such insightful presentations. So thank you, folks.